Okay, I got an idea. For the skit, we will play X-Men characters. Like, we'll play superheroes.
Yeah.
I'll walk in as Wolverine, you'll walk in as Cyclops. And I'll come out and
wait. Why am I Cyclops?
What's wrong with Cyclops?
Dude, he's so boring and bland. He's like the Captain America of the X-Men.
Dude!
Alright. I take it back, okay? Sorry. Captain America's fun. He's interesting. Didn't realize I was taking a dump on the American flag.
Well, you were. Alright. So, okay. So I'm Wolverine.
Can we at least flip a coin on that?
You want to flip a coin?
Yes, I would.
Fine.
Let's be American.
Quarter. Alright? Call in here?
Alright. Tails never fails.
Dude, you've lost. I'm not flipping it a seventh time.
Rock, paper, scissors?
Fine. 1, 2, 3, shoot.
Do it.
1, 2, 3. I win again.
Fine. You're Wolverine.
Thank you.
Can I at least pick my mutant?
Sure.
Alright, I'm X-23.
Dude.
Let's start the show. Hey everybody, I'm Dennis Stack.
And I'm Nate Fisher.
And this is Cinema Buffs bringing you another review. And this week we got X-Men Apocalypse. Nate, this is the third comic book movie we're reviewing in 2 months.
I know.
I'm dying to know what you think.
Well, yes, we've reviewed quite a few superhero movies. We didn't review Deadpool, which for me has been one of the greatest superhero movies to come out in a very, very long time. But here we are with X-Men Apocalypse, which once again has a lot of superheroes in there. It didn't feel like as many as Civil War, but there still is a lot in here, and I'm burnt out. This will be the last superhero movie we review for a very long time. There's one thing that I admire about the X-Men movies is that it does look different than other superhero movies, such as The Dark Knight or Civil War. They're colorful. I like how colorful they are. But this was a weak installment of X-Men. I think I'm going to upset you by saying this, but this, to me, is the weakest X-Men movie since 2000's X-Men.
Wow.
Yes.
That's
like over...
Even X-Men Last Stand.
Yeah.
You think X-Men Last Stand is better than this movie?
I do.
Walking into this, I didn't have high expectations because it's very common for comic book movies to have a good solid like launch pad in the first movie, which turns into like an even better sequel, and then a disappointing third entry.
Yep.
There's even a point in this movie where they make a joke about how the third entry is the worst.
Blatantly.
So for you to say that this is the worst movie in the entire X-Men chronology, all the filmography, is very shocking because I think Last Stand is just a total piece of shit. And whereas with this one, I really dug this one.
You dug it.
I had a great time watching this. Just get to see all these new characters, and I mean, I have
these new old characters.
You get to see new takes on them. You get to see them when they're younger.
Yeah, you get to see them when they're younger. There was no focus on. Once again, oversaturated, overbloated. If it feels like these reviews for these superhero movies are getting repetitive, it's because the movies are.
Yes.
These are getting repetitive. Like, you get this glimpse of Cyclops where he came from, and you think that that'll be the core to it, but it's not. Cyclops was not the core. You just see where he came from, and it almost leads you to Xavier's school. And then after that, he's just a part of the crew.
Right.
And it was just, I don't know. I really, it's not that I was bored. I was just, like, unimpressed by the whole thing, I guess.
What were you expecting? I mean, come on, man. You got to see some sweet Nightcrawler action. You got to see sweet Cyclops. You got that awesome scene with Wolverine. And then, they topped, I'm going to say it, they topped the Quicksilver scene from Days of Future Past.
I do not think they topped the Quicksilver scene from Days of Future Past. I think that Quicksilver in Days of Future Past was cool because he was fighting people. In this, he was saving people. I still think that Quicksilver easily stole the show in this film. The scenes that he is in, to me, were the most entertaining scenes. Not just the special effects one, but I like when he's in the basement playing the arcade talking to his mom. I like when he's making the little quip jokes in the ship while they're on their way to their mission. Mystique was just there, all depressed.
We'll give you that. Yes, I feel like Jennifer Lawrence has grown tired with these franchises. You saw it in the last couple Hunger Games movies. You saw it in this one too. Like, you know, she's just kind of there, and
Right,
I feel
it's
like
almost like not lazy, but just like
she didn't indifferent. I'll say she gave an indifferent performance.
yeah.
That was a weak point. And like how you were saying earlier, and how we've said before about both Batman v Superman, Civil War, and this one, kind of bloated with characters.
Yeah.
And long. These movies, why are they 2.5 hours long?
I know, and I keep saying that. That's always going to be one of my gripes, and I don't think that's ever going to get fixed. Like, that's
Right,
just
I feel like
the way it's going to be.
I feel like they drag out the third act and they fill it with all these like effect shots because they're putting so much money into these movies.
Right.
And they're putting it all into these effects, and you're paying so much per ticket. They like feel like they obligated to give you some kind of big spectacle in the third act to really feel like you're getting your money's worth, which I did get with this. I mean, I thought the fighting amongst the mutants was sweet, and that's something I've always enjoyed about the X-Men movies.
I thought it was a pretty cool ending and fight scene. I like Quicksilver again. I liked him fighting Apocalypse. I didn't mind Apocalypse, but for me as a villain, like, he's powerful enough without these four horsemen. He doesn't need these people. This is once again a bunch of superheroes coming together to stop a villain from an apocalypse so they can build a better world with more powerful people. Like, come on, we've seen this. We've seen this so many times.
Well, with that basic summary, you're describing pretty much every comic book movie.
I guess.
And the difference is the characters. And I feel that these characters, like, once again, it's something that, with the pacing of the movie in the beginning, I feel like it was just a bunch of setup. But in the end, you know, it gave you depth to these characters. I mean, you know, you started to really feel for Scott Summers and just him losing his brother. I'm glad that they had the balls to actually kill someone and let him die, unlike Marvel.
Scott Summers is probably the one that I cared about the most. Fassbender,
Oh, yeah.
shame on you, man.
For what?
For just not making me believe. I just, like, his dramatic scenes, I was like, okay, I don't buy it. I thought it was forced. I guess I miss Magneto from the older films, I guess. Fassbender did not do it for me whatsoever. Wolverine's cameo was super cool. I did enjoy the violence. There was violence where people were getting, like, crumpled up into balls and thrown against walls, crushed. Wolverine's massacre was sweet in the halls. But Wolverine has always been a character that I found to be one of the coolest, most badass superheroes, mutants, and we get 4 minutes of them. And then it's back to the other ones that I just don't
From the
care about
trailer,
that much.
I knew that's all you were going to get.
I knew that too, but I'm like, maybe just keep focusing on Wolverine.
Well, they're gonna make another Wolverine movie.
I know. These characters just.
And you know, and if they keep focusing on Wolverine, isn't that gonna be more of the same? Isn't that what you're complaining about? More of the same?
Yes.
Focusing on Wolverine, that's more of the same.
It's more of the same.
So which way do you want it?
I don't know. I just want something different. This movie just had nothing different in it for me, and it was just.
These comic book movies, they're not different.
Maybe I'm just sick of comic book movies in general.
I think that's what it is.
I think that's a lot of it.
You're taking it out on this movie.
I am taking it out on this movie because really, I was unimpressed, and once again, sort of looking at the watch towards the end. I did like Nightcrawler. I thought the character that played Nightcrawler was cool.
Yeah, it was good to see him back. He was only in X2, which is, I think, the best X-Men movie still.
Easily the best X-Men. Well, not easily, but it is my favorite, definitely, of the X-Men series.
Arguably the best.
Arguably the best. And Nightcrawler did do a really good job, and he was funny, sympathetic. I think I said it, Scott was more sympathetic, but I think I sympathize with Nightcrawler a little bit more. You know? He's scared, he's afraid, but he's very good at utilizing the powers that he has. One character that was bigger on screen that I thought I was misled by the trailers, maybe, or I just didn't even pay attention, was Jean Grey. What did you think of Jean Grey?
Oh, I like the performance by Sophie Turner from Game of Thrones. Yeah, I thought she was fine.
I thought she was fine as well. I liked her moment with Wolverine.
Yeah, but that kind of like weirds me out.
Because she's so young.
Yeah, because like that's when they first met, and then it's like jump to 20 years later, and he's trying to bang her. And yeah.
Wolverine he's gonna need to be recasted
eventually. Well, they're talking about they're making an X-Force movie, and then we're gonna have X-23, the clone of Wolverine, and maybe that'll take off. They won't have to worry about recasting Wolverine for a while.
Right.
But anyway, So we had different opinions. Why don't you go ahead and put a number on this movie and score it?
I mean, I hate to be so brutal with it. There was moments that I love. The Quicksilver the sequence with Quicksilver is worth seeing. And there are a few standout moments trickled in. Just sprinkled. But I'm giving it a 5 out of 10.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm done, folks. Superhero movies, let's just do something else.
Well, I love the X-Men universe. I've loved almost all these movies, X-Men The Last Stand, being the exception to the rule. So, I'm going to completely ignore what Nate just said, and I'm going to go 8.5 out of 10.
What? 8.5?
5. Yeah,
You like this better than Civil War?
I was just about to say, I like this better than Civil War. Yeah, I said it.
Buffs. Well, there it is. There's our review of X-Men Apocalypse. What did you guys think? Did you like it? Not like it? Please leave your comments below. And also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We truly appreciate all the support.
And be sure to check us out for our next review of We Don't Know, because we're going to turn it over to you, the viewer, and you're going to choose for us. We have The Conjuring 2, Now You See Me 2, and Warcraft coming out that weekend. So we're going to turn it over to you. We'll have a poll on our Facebook, our Twitter, and you can go ahead and leave a comment on YouTube. We'll take all those votes in and declare our winner, and we hope you guys pick a good movie.
Yes.
And don't forget,
there's no place like the theater.